How are you this morning? Rhonda Niehaus. For those that you don't know, I'm Rhonda Niehaus. I'm the Frugal Rodeo Mom. I give you tips and tricks on how to stay frugal and have the rodeo life and the horse life that you want. All right. I am sitting down today as I am a little under the weather. I am getting a head cold or something. The temperature has changed here drastically in the last few days. And with me flying, I think I just ended up with a cold. I decided to do myself up a little bit more today just because I was kind of feeling under the weather. So that is also why I'm coming to you late. All right. All right, guys, I've got a good one for you today. How to turn any diet plan into a healthy one without sacrificing flavor and fun. And I'm going to also say, and not having to cook multiple meals. All right. This is a big one for me. This is something that I do every day. So, for those of you that know, and for those that you don't know, I typically eat keto. I do high fat, moderate protein, low carb. All right. So, but that leaves a thing because my family doesn't do keto. We do keto ish, but they still like their potatoes and their carbs. Okay. So that's why I do this is how I kind of do this. All right. So you can go to my website and you can grab this meal plan on there. It's rondaniehaus.com. It is a simple, basic meal plan like breakfast cereal with milk, grilled cheese sandwich with tomato soup, which actually sounds kind of good today. And then spaghetti with meat sauce with cheese bread. That's just one day. Okay. So I do breakfast, lunch, and dinner on there. This, you don't have to use all of these. It's just kind of a guideline so you know of some ideas so you can prepare rather quickly as to what you want to do for the day and not have to put a lot of thought into it. And it's 5 days a week for a month. I leave out Saturday and Sunday because for us, Saturday and Sunday is either at a rodeo or if we are home, it's usually we just kind of quickly plan. But for the 5 day a week busy meal plan, you need this. All right. And I didn't put dates on any of this. It's just week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. And I didn't put dates on there, and you can kind of mix them around as you like. So, how do I take, okay, let's just say spaghetti with meat sauce and cheese bread. How do I take that dinner or even cereal with milk? I don't really eat cereal anymore, and honestly, I don't miss it. But there are alternatives out there. So, you can always get on. So, one of the things that I do is I look at my meal plan in the day. Now, I typically eat for breakfast, I typically have a coffee with something high fat like eggs, and high protein and that kind of stuff. All right. The grilled cheese, I'm going to tell you what I do there. So the grilled cheese, I make what is called a chaffle. And what it is an egg and cheese waffle. So it's a chaffle. And I make it a little egg thing. And then I put my cheese in the middle and I melt my cheese in the middle. And that's how I do tomato soup and the grilled cheese. And I like to fancy it up and do extra grilled cheese and all of that. But how did I come about these? Okay, so grab the meal plan and look at it. See what you can substitute. See what you need to substitute out of there. Okay, so for me on the day 1 that I have grilled cheese, which is bread, which I don't do bread because of carbs and gluten. I don't do, and then it has spaghetti with meat sauce, which I don't do pasta because of carbs and gluten. All right. So what do I do in those instances? Well, I already told you one. I got on Pinterest, and Pinterest is my friend. I just got on and I started searching alternative bread or bread for keto, I think is what I did. And these chaffles came up and I went to Pinterest and I got a recipe and I found a couple recipe. And I'm going to tell you guys, my recipes are simple. I have them on my VIP Facebook group. If you want the chaffle recipes, get on over there. The link is in whatever description of the video that you're watching. So get over there. You can grab that for free. All you have to do is be a member of the group. Not a big deal. And I'm going to be putting more recipes on there as we go. But see what you can do for substitute. See where you need to substitute. So this is a day that I could totally follow to the T, and I'm going to tell you why. Pasta is one of the hardest things. Pasta and bread are two of the hardest things that people have a hard time giving up and walking away from. We all love a piece of bread. We all love sandwiches. They're easy, they're to go, they're whatever. So when I started doing keto, that's when I was like, okay, I can't go my whole life without any kind of spaghetti. I mean, I can't just change. I have a family of 4. I can't just change up my whole meal plan for my whole family just because I'm doing something different. All right. So that's why I take my meal plan and I look at it. I look at what I need to substitute out. And then I get on the Google because the Google tells us everything, right? I get on the Google and I see substitutes for, or keto substitutes for pasta. They even have keto pasta out there, guys. You just have to buy it and maybe order it. But keto substitutes for pasta. So I'm going to give you my little tip. For spaghetti, I do 2 things. And I've actually learned even another one here recently. For spaghetti, I do either 2 things. I do either zoodles, which is zucchini noodles, which I love, or I just drew a blank. Oh my goodness. Okay. Or I do zucchini noodles, or I do spaghetti squash with it. Now I can only do spaghetti squashes if I'm within my carbs points. So, and sometimes I have to look at, and this is why I love to have a meal plan, because I can look at what I'm having for the rest of the day and go, okay, so I can fit spaghetti squash into my plan today, so I can have spaghetti squash. Or spaghetti squash is what I have for my meal tonight. So I'm going to have to really make some good carb choices earlier on in the day. All right. So spaghetti squash is one of a good one. Zoodles is another one. I also learned that you can do cabbage, and I did it with some chicken Alfredo last night. I made up cabbage. So it wasn't crispy, but it wasn't soggy either. I just sauteed it in butter with a little bit of, garlic powder, and then I made some Alfredo chicken, and it was delicious. And I made my own Alfredo sauce, so no gluten, no nothing, and it all was keto. And I made noodles for my son, and he ate it and he loved it. So search, ask around, see what people use for noodles, see what people use for bread. There are recipes out there on Pinterest, on all kinds of platforms where you can search like keto bread or gluten-free bread. My sister makes a pretty amazing gluten-free bread in her bread machine, and it looks just like bread. It just doesn't rise as much. And it's okay, guys. That's okay. But it's a good gluten-free bread. And she just makes it in her bread machine. Easy peasy. Who could do that? So there are plenty of substitutes out there. French fries is another one where we're all like, what do we do for French fries? I found a keto French fry where you can do zucchini, and then you use pork rind and you put it in the air fryer and you cook it. And it tastes just like, you just season it how you want. It tastes just like French fries. Now, some people do a dirty lazy keto, and then they do potatoes with it too. And you can do French fries in the air fryer and that kind of stuff. So guys, get on over to my website if you want the meal plan. Get over to my VIP Facebook group if you want some more of these recipes and some more of these tips. All right, guys, I will see you guys all soon. You have an amazing day.